Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to a massive episode here in Glory Hunter. We've got the toughest draw possible here in the Champions League round of 16. We have Manchester City away from home, Diego Simone's in charge, and then we've got them at home of course as well. Next episode of course will be Inter and then Juve in the semi-final second leg. Firstly, going to start on touching on Inter themselves and us in the league. Inter do have a game in hand, but we're currently 10 points clear. Inter, since the restart, have not been fantastic. They've lost to Atlanta, drawn to Napoli. They might not make it round for Atlanta as well. So, with that being said, they've also lost to Genoa in the league, and that's just allowed us to go on a very good strong run of form ourselves to really go in and see ourselves in a very commanding position in the league. Since we last met as well, after Juve, we beat Fiorentina Bologna 1-0 each, which means that is correct. Par Juventus, we've kept a clean sheet in every game since Feb, which is amazing, which means we've also kept a clean sheet in the league since February as well. So, look, a very good position to be in. That means that we've been defensively solid and well, look, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, we're probably going to need it against Manchester City. John Stones is suspended for this one here, but Erling Haaland is the guy that we're going to have a look at. 25 years of age, he is out of this world. And, well, yeah, 8 goals only, but he scored 24 last year. He's got 10, though, in 11 Champions League games already as well. In terms of how Man City are going, they've just lost 1-0 to Liverpool, have lost 1-0 in the fourth round replay to Chelsea, and then have lost to Palace. So they've lost in their last 3. The only game they've won in the last month is Marseille at home to knock them out. So they're in probably the worst form ever. So in terms of times to play Man City, a very good sign. But away from home at the Etihad, with the world-class squad they've got, you never, ever, ever want to be in this position to be playing them. Saying that, though, if this form continues and their job becomes available, and if I do the double here in Italy, I will be out the door in a year to go there 100%. That is the way it will go. In terms of that, though, in terms of the Champions League, they had an okay draw in the Champions League. If you have a look at the phase, a team like City should always get out. Barcelona, obviously a win there. They're on the right foot. But Benfica, Copenhagen, losing to OJ Nice, drawing to Real Madrid. Just another enough points on the board. They did beat Napoli, Berlin, and Monaco after that. But in drawing to Copenhagen, drawing to Benfica, losing to OJ Nice away from home, it really does show you that if we can keep things tight and competitive here, we could find ourselves in a position where we do go and, knock Man City out of the Champions League, and we got to believe that we can. In terms of the squad, we're in pretty good shape as well. We did fully rotate in the last game out, scored an 89th minute winner for Rafael Leao, who, by the way, I just asked if he wants a new deal because he's only got 2 years left. He wants 500k a week. Yeah, not happening. He's a good player, but I'm not doing that. With that being said, I think that puts me in a position where, we're potentially one game away from making the final of the Italian Coppa, and we've got a 10-point clap in the league with 10 or so games to go. There's a world where we win the double this year, then knowing that players want big amounts of money. I'm not a fan of probably resigning from this AC Milan squad, but if the right big job came available, Man City, we knock them out the Champions League, for instance, I would be out the door pretty quickly because it is Glory Hunter and you need to kind of get on a roll. With that being said, Manigan, Calabria, Kalutamor, and Hernandez will be your starting back four. As always, Hernandez finally back from injury. Bencourt, Omo, Tonali, and Reina with Victor Roque and Rafael Leao up top. We are going to go in the diamond against Manchester City here. West Ham, obviously having another game there as well against Liverpool. Team's in a pretty good spot. I'm very happy with how the team looks. I'm just more worried about, next year we might be able to keep players, but Rafael Leao, we're going to have to either A, sell or B, fork up 500k a week. I'm not a fan of putting players on 500k a week ever. I think that's way too much money, but he is probably nearly worth it. Let's go and have a look how Simone's sitting up in the 5 at the back because it's Simone. Edison's in net. Cooper Minor's great player. Laporte, great player. Akanji, great player. Wilfred Sungo is one of the best right backs in FM. So great player. Rodri in the base, still fantastic. Luca Netz is a very good German. We'll have a look at their whole team, why not? It is footballing porn here. If I could somehow end up at Manchester City, oh man. De Bruyne in the hole, getting a bit older at 34 years of age. I have used him at 35 last year on FM, he was fantastic. Phil Foden's Foden. Bernardo Silva's elite. Erling Haaland, he is unreal. And then you look at the bench, they've got McAllister, Calvin Phillips. They've got Jacob Wright. It has to not be the Jacob I'm thinking of, good. They got Julian Alvarez, who is out of this world. Kefren Turam is a fantastic midfielder on Football Manager, who I've used a few times. they're a very good side. We need to keep this competitive. We need to keep this tight. We need to keep this tense. I feel like if we can get Man City, even if we lose the game 1-0, 2-1, I think there's a world we beat them at home in Italy. In saying that, we can't afford to get blown out the water here. And look, Man City with the squad they have, there is a world where we do get blown out the water. I honestly think that this Milan side is good enough to win the Champions League. I do think. And, I read a stat, when the game sim comes up with those stats, Real Madrid have netted 19 times in 11 matches in the Champions League and are the biggest goal scorers in the Champions League. We got battered by them, we kept the 0-0 in the league phase. That should give us some confirmation and some reaffirmation that, we are very good on our day and we can nullify City here today. Very big round for a round of 16. Would have loved to got City a little bit later, but it is what it is. Anyway, first highlight is Tomori driving out of the fence. Ben Core dropping in. Giovanni Reina. Victor Roque. Rafael Leao's quick. He's away. He's one-on-one. And, Edison with a world-class save down low to his left. It's a world-class save from a world-class keeper, but that's the movement. We got to be brave. We're going to be bold. We're going to look to score. I think that's the only way. And play a lot better than what we did against Real Madrid in that big tie that we had in the big game we had in the league phase, of course, that I just made reference to. And as you can see here, even start. Perfect. It's exactly what we want. An even start and see exactly what we can do here. 27 minutes played. Tomori now with a ball into Ismail Benacour. Finds Tonali. Victor Roque. Tonali now. Benacour. Giovanni Reina. Dani Olmo. Great ball out to Theo Hernandez. Side-to-side movement, fantastic. Rafael Leao gets on it. Ball to Theo Hernandez. Drives. Cuts it. Roque. It's been blocked by Kanji, or else that was probably 1-0. It's a very good move. A very good move from the AC Milan side. I'm very, very, very happy with how this has gone so far. Giovanni Reina finds Rafael Leao. And Theo Hernandez picks it up again. 30 minutes played. It is 0-0. We've had a really good year. Can it continue? 39 minutes, 40 minutes played. I'm happy with this game pitting away. Man City starting to dominate and get into their groove. 9 shots free, plays 4 shots too. But 0-0 at half time is superb. I'm actually going to get angry with the boys, and that's just to fire them up. But at the same stage, I'm actually pretty happy with that. If you tell me this game finishes 0-0, like we did against Real Madrid, I am very happy. 60 minutes played. Time ticks. We just brought McAllister on. Does that mean they took off Haaland? Wow. Punish him. Tomori. Maybe Haaland wasn't 100%, but I think he was fine. Anyway, it's a ball and a half. Rafael Leao ain't gonna get caught here. Victor Roque, poor touch. We were in there. And Roque gives it straight to Akanji. They go long. McAllister known for the aerial ability, but apparently Tomori forgot he could jump. Kalu. Tomori sweeps up superbly. Omo. Ismail Benacour. Theo Hernandez. Numbers inside. Ignored. But he goes. And he finds Rafael Leao in that second line. He goes for goal. What a finish. What a strike. And Leao from about 25 metres out. Drives it across Edison. And at full strength, the Brazilian international couldn't get there. And we lead 1-0 away from home against Manchester City at the Etihad. And Rafael picked it up. He had options too. He could have maybe slipped in Giovanni Reina or Roque, but he went for goal. What a strike from the world-class man. Maybe he's worth 500k a week. Maybe he is. We lead 1-0. Highlight from kickoff is always disappointing to see because you would happily take a 1-0. Javi Galen, Akanji. Hey, Reina's won it. Rafael Leao heads it straight to Edison. Half a second, you thought maybe we're in here. Wasn't the case. Laporte, Cooper Miners, De Bruyne. Foden, he can turn. Good boy out there to Lewis. Rico Lewis. De Bruyne. Alvarez. Theo Hernandez. We're everywhere at the minute. Great defensive shape. Tonali. Ismail Benacour finds Calabria spreading play. Tonali needs someone to drop in. And eventually beats Foden. That was a bit interesting of a highlight. Theo Hernandez, Reina, Omo, Theo, numbers queuing, Victor Roque, what a run for 2-0. 2 goals in 2 minutes. And we break this tie alive and open. And, we're in the driving seat. We weathered a bit of the Man City storm. and we've been really good. What a ball from Theo Hernandez. He is the best left back in the world. And Victor Roque into the bottom left-hand corner. And well, with that being said, we need to make some changes here because, well, we've got a few boys that are tired. Luca Amico is going to go out there, and Roque is going to go to the other side. Danny Olmo out there for Adre Gula. Esposito for Tonali. Ismail Benacour out for Rafael Odanake because we need to have the options. And Calabria in for Koulibaly. Kalu's going to go out on the other side. And Kalu's actually going to move in as a wing-back on defend and just really sit in. And Koulibaly, an experienced head, is going to go alongside Tamori here as a few fresher legs in the back four. Throw in Tamori, Odanake of all people, has a dig. Roque could have flicked it in. Adre Gula's got a great left peg if he wants to whip it. Looks for Theo Hernandez. Ismail Benacour hits the bar. Well, that close to a 3-0 lead. We've been fantastic on the re-break. A goal for City would be huge right now for them. If we can somehow just get through this highlight, start wasting time, if we can do it, we might be all right. Saying that, we've looked so good on the break, and then Roque gives the ball back to Rico Lewis. Uttered those words, we've been so good on the break, and then a mistake. Kalu stands up on his man. Great tackle. Stays in place somehow because it hits the corner flag. And Koulibaly mistake, and wow, of all things. City score for 2-1. The ball hits the corner flag. Koulibaly then makes a mistake because it hits the corner flag, Kalu or whatever. Kalu probably plays a ball that he shouldn't. Koulibaly should hoof it. I just feel like that was scripted, didn't you? Now I don't want a time waste because I want the 3-1. Time ticks away. Look, I'm going to take 2-1 every day. I'm happy. But the way they score there is just harsh. That keeps the tie alive. But we take a lead back to Italy. Apparently we got the Azistral Force trait. What is that? Your team scored in 30 consecutive matches. Nice. Chelsea have won and PSG have knocked out Ajax and Chelsea have knocked out Porto. West Ham beat Liverpool in a thriller. Come on, the boys. Liverpool my team, but come on, West Ham. I want them next round. There we go. We got Lazio in 4 days. We do lead by 10 points, even though they do have a game in hand. I'm rotating against Lazio because this matters. Even if we throw away that Lazio game, we could still win the league if we go perfect from then on in. If we're not 100% against Manchester City, we could be in trouble. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in a second for the second leg. We lead 2-1. We've got a lead coming back to Italy. As long as we go Italian and we do not concede, we are going to be into the quarterfinal of the Champions League. San Siro, Man City. We lead 2-1. Let's go do it. Obviously, since we last met, we did fully rotate against Lazio. We did draw. We did drop a couple of points, but I do look at it as 1 point gained. Massive game away from home, and to go out there, get a draw, play a few of the kids. I'm very happy with that. That is for sure. And you know, we could have won it at the depth. They could have won it at the depth as well. We both had 2 chances in the 80th plus minutes. But yeah, look, we look pretty good. I do think Tisney's going to win Golden Boy or Golden Ball. Well, next gen, I should say. But yeah, look, in terms of the team, we're in pretty good shape. Everyone got a rest. Everyone looks good. It's the same team that beat them. I'm a little bit nervous for this one here because we just know that if Man City rock up, we're in trouble. Now, Man City did play Burnley and won convincingly. It is Burnley, so we should probably not read too much into that. But at the same stage, it snaps them out of a big result of losing games and then puts them at 5-0 win. They currently sit in 59 points. I would highly doubt that they're going to cop a sacking. I'm not particularly looking to leave AC Milan, even if I did win everything this year, because I just think that leaving a team as good as this one might hurt me on the international stage. In terms of international jobs, I've definitely found that very hard to come about. As well, like job security hasn't really been much. International jobs, they generally come out after the cycle of other jobs. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything that we could have. It might even be worth me taking one of these teams like Turkey or Denmark just to get a job. But yeah, look, I'm finding it very difficult to find international management this year in FM23. Without further ado, enough about talking about the potential of down the track, because I will say if we do get knocked out here, I'm definitely staying Milan, because I do think that with a better draw, we would make the quarter semi and win the Champions League. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's the same side. Let's see how City are lining up. With their poor form, they might have gone very full strength, which could be great if they did. All I know is I see Tammy Abraham up top. I didn't see Haaland, so maybe Haaland not 100% or is not playing. Yeah, no Haaland. Wow. Just go click on Zach Steffen, go to Manchester City. Haaland is out. Pulled knee ligaments. Everything is pointing towards us getting through this tie. Zach Steffen really doing this in his thing. Jeez. But yeah, look, pretty much the same team. Same back three. Same other line of three. Foden, De Bruyne, the same. Silvers has moved up front with Tammy Abraham. Nice. Look, Tammy's the player. Tammy's fantastic. Like, I think Tammy's great. But yeah, look, we need to be brave. We need to go out there. I felt McAllister maybe could come in for them. Rico Lewis is fantastic too. They are a good side. We have to believe that we're good enough. And I honestly do think this. If we get through this, we are very strong favourites to win the Champions League, considering that we held Real Madrid as well in the league phase. In saying that, though, City under Pep on Football Manager is like, can't touch him. City under anyone else on Football Manager. And Simeone is such a weird manager to go to City because, you know, he's not that type of flowing football. He's very more defensively minded. And with that being said, I think City can be get up under the wrong manager. And here we are. I'm telling you right now that if I somehow got to Manchester City, I'd be playing our 4-3-3 that we played at West Ham for sure. And saying, there you go, boys. And I wouldn't be restricting him. Saying that, though, we need to watch out here because De Bruyne's on the break. He goes for distance. He goes from distance, hits the bar and over the bar. You know, away goals don't mean jack now in the Champions League. City get a winner. The City get a win. Here by a goal, we go to extra time. Maybe pens. And they're definitely good enough as Bernardo picks that up, drives with it, finds Wilfred Singo. Great ball to Tammy, heads down. Foden, his effort was kind of blocked and Madigan claims it was offside anyway. City have started particularly well, but mainly on the break. We're keeping more of the ball than we did at the Etihad. Makes a lot of sense. Simeone sides away from home generally like to be a little bit more structured. Anyway, Calabria steps on nets. Poor pass out. Great ball to Victor Roque. Rafael Leao's there. We lead 1-0 on the break. It's a mistake. And that's how quick those front two are. It's his 100th goal for AC Milan, the game says as well. And well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's a phenomenon. Is the man, the myth, the legend that is Rafael Leao. Calabria steps on nets. Poor ball. Great outside of the boot ball to Roque. And Rafael Leao taps home. And that's just how deadly we are. You give us space to run into and we are going to go. And now City need to, away from home, to force extra time at a minimum. It's a pretty good spot to be in. Singo now picks that one up. Drives. Ball in the box is pretty good. Tammy's big in the air. He hits the bar. Madigan was nowhere near it. But we get away from it. We get away with it. And Reina finds Omo. And there's numbers here. Tonali, Rafael Leao. Why on earth would he try to play it to Roque, who's offside by a mile? Apparently Rafael Leao was offside according to the game as well, which didn't look good. Even game in terms of shots. We've had more of the ball. We lead 1-0. 28 minutes played, Bernardo Silva. Whips one in there. Headed by Tammy Abraham over the bar. That could have been the 1-1 that was needed by City to make the nerves get there. Clean sheet, boys. Clean sheet, we're through. Time ticks away. John Stones. Cooper Miners. Picked up by Fernandez. Great press. Rafael Leao wants it. Gets it. Roque's in the area. Cuts it. Tonali hits the post. Well, that close from being through to the quarterfinal of the Champions League, you feel. And it's cleared away. I think if that goes in, City, even though they're good under Diego Simeone, are not going to come back and score that many. And now on the re-break, Foden was in, but Madigan was alert and comes off his line and claims. Another highlight. Imagine if that goes in from Tonali. That goes in from Tonali, I think we're there. Tonali obviously rejected City. Well, I rejected City, and then we gave him a rage rise to stay. Roque, Tonali, Omo, Hernandez knows how to hit him. Theo through the near stick, through Edison and in. We're 4-1 up. We lead 2-0. And, well, we're dumping Manchester City out of the Champions League. And, well, we are world class. Could it be our year? A performance like this makes you think so. I honestly believe we keep any tie tight away from home. At home, we will beat most sides. Which means that we will be in and around making the final, and then hopefully the final, you just, yeah, whatever happens, happens. What a 45 minutes. You've blown them away. They need 3 goals, overturn it. We lead 2-0. Yes, it's one of those score lines where momentum can change. If City score 1 and then next minute they get a second very quickly and off you go. But from what you've seen, we've been fantastic. City are not having their best of year. And, well, I think we're about to dump them out the Champions League. And that could be huge for Simeone's job. You know, they might not be happy with getting knocked out this early. We're not doing particularly well in the league. Tonali looks dead, and we're going to get a couple of changes for the boys that are dead. Theo's been struggling with injuries, so Mikalenko is going to come out there too as well. We're going to make triple changes there. Just about fresh legs now. You know, they need 3 goals in very quick succession. It's all about fresh legs. Danny Olmo finds Odanenko. I don't mind this little variation we have. Now Mikalenko needs to hit one into the top bin. Edison probably should do a little bit better, but this is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen, for Man City. We are world class. We are fantastic. We are going to be there or thereabouts to win the Champions League. We've already lost 1 European final in this save. I don't want to lose another, but Mikalenko, top bin, Edison has to save that because it wasn't hit with venom. And there we go. We're going to give Giovanni Reina a spell. Can bring Alberto in. Andre Gula for Danny Olmo. 5 changes done. There we go. City need 4. It ain't coming. We are superb. We are superb. And wow, this is a great side we've assembled. 30 seconds left on the clock between us and the quarterfinal of the Champions League or the semi-final of the Champions League. No, it's round 16, quarterfinal of the Champions League. Don't get ourselves ahead of ourselves. As Grealish heads just wide and high, would have been very disappointing to concede last gasp to lose the clean sheet. But it's 3-0. We win. We pump City at home. Look at the stats. 16 shots plays 11, 6 shots plays 5, very even. XG, yeah, we outperformed it. But the pass completion, 89% pass completion at 59%, and our press was on fire. This diamond is sensational. And well, lads, that was world class. That was a performance that puts the rest of the competition on note. Wow, West Ham held on. Please give me West Ham next round. Give me West Ham next round, please. Give me West Ham next round. The round of 16 provides no shots, no shocks. Quarterfinals drawn on the 20th, which is in 2 days' time. All right. Okay. There we go. That is fantastic. I'm in a bit of shock at how well we played. With that being said, I'm going to see you guys next time. Next time is going to be Inter and Juve more than likely, depending where this quarterfinal falls in between Inter. Oh, look at this run. We've got a quarterfinal of the Champions League in between Inter, who are top. Oh, top. I'm top, they're second. They're chasing us. And then we got Juve after the Champions League quarterfinal in the second leg in the game. That's 2-2. Oh, our squad's going to be tested. I will say, and this might sound ludicrous, depending who we get and how that first leg goes in the quarterfinal, if we beat Cagliari and Genoa like we should, I might rotate and throw the Inter game. I might put the kids out there and just be like, with 10 points clear. They do have 2 games in hand. We are 11 points clear. But they do have 2 games in hand, they're Inter. But that could be the thing where, like, yeah, it might be 3 points away here from Inter, but it might be the semi-final of the Champions League. Saying that, though, we'll think about that next time. Next episode is definitely going to be, well, depending on the draw of the Champions League, it's the quarterfinal. I'm going to give you guys next episode the first leg quarterfinal and Inter, and then the next one's going to be the second leg and Juve, unless we get someone that we pump, which I don't know who we're going to pump. Who's in the semi? Who could we get? Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG, Chelsea, West Ham, Wolfsburg beat Monaco and Barcelona. I think the only team that we go there and we pump is Wolfsburg. So if we get Wolfsburg, there's potential that we absolutely romp them and I don't need to give you that second leg. But I doubt it. But yeah, look at the last winners. Bayern Munich still around. Just smack Napoli. Real Madrid, still around. Liverpool, still around. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, boys. It's going to be difficult, but I honestly think we're good enough. Till next time, thank you very much and goodbye.